handstand, you fools hurt. Jesus wept. Let me explain what I did. Can I kick it? Hold on. Yeah, I got some rings and a range. Can I kick it? Yeah. Don't ask me a thing. How I got her. How I did
it. Today, from Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. Denver Broncos taking on the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. It's an early test here after 2 losses to start the season, and a game they probably really need.
Obviously, no way do they want to get to 0-3. Not many teams make the playoffs with that kind of a start.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They will be led out by a second-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I saw that he had an interesting quote in the research packet that we had after last week's game. It's all on me now. I've got to lead my team. and find a way for us to win a game. 0-2, but they're at home. I guess he's going to try and find a way to get the home crowd involved early.
On first down, Wilkins. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense. Hey, we're going to do what we do.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Shotgun snap to Locke. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Locke looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Pass incomplete on the throwaway. He was defended by Jalen Ramsey.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Locke. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
At the 29-yard line.
So here are the Browns now with great starting field position. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Not like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Tyreek Hill.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Nick Chubb, the ball carrier.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Well, you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the balance. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You've got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3-and-out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3-and-out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos, and a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first. And all the way home for a Broncos score. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
10 at the 25-yard line.
And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Wilkins, and this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Boy, no doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Drew Box sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. That's going to be caught by Judy. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Hunter Henry brings it in. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
It's second and inches at the 42-yard line.
Now a pass is taken in by Hill. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. These two teams all tied after one. To throw here on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. A quick slant to Hill. He's up over 50 yards receiving now in this first half. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Charles, we get a look at the draft class here for this team. What do you think?
Well, I think for the most part, I do like what they did, because to me, they got some solid players in the early rounds. And then if I'm correct in my evaluation, they got some great value in the later rounds as well.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns have taken the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And the focus shifts back to Jerry Jeudy and his Bronco teammates. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree. Oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that...
They'll run it here with Wilkins. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On first down, Wilkins. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Block working out of the gun. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Operating from the gun. Locke. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. But that was well executed.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
On the return, the Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Short pass caught by Henry. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Well, the 2nd down throw on target. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And he can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Finds his tight end Ingram. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyreek Hill. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try to mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Locke. He lost the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got it. Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. They'll try to run with Hines. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for Evan. Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
Now this time they'll just keep this on the ground. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 30, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right...
And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup.
Sanchez set to kick off.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow You can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now, so you're not protecting a lead, so you're not playing that way. You've got to go get the lead again.
This is intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
The pass there complete to Sutton. He's at the 30, 20, 10, and he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. 72 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
2nd down and goal. Lock. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
When you're this close to the goal line, you've got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the gun, Lock. Open man, he completes it to Judy. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
24, Browns 21.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right, it's a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
Lions on the return. The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Cleveland.
He'll drop to throw. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another 1st down.
1st down.
He'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st down.
My goodness, they've come out locked in on this drive. Play calling, execution, they are fully in sync. 3 straight passes, 3 1st downs. They're moving the ball downfield almost at will. This defense really struggling to find answers.
Buying time to his left. He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. That'll bring up 2nd down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get hot.
This complete to Henry over the middle. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. A run for Nick Chubb. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
2nd and 2. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And once again, the Browns are back in front.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And Denver getting set to take the field. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st down, Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does. So sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Denver. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. The Browns drive about to get started. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is...
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Tyreek Hill. 96 yards, and the Browns add on to their lead. Well, they were back in the shadows of their own goalpost, And that flipped quickly.
So much for playing it safe. I mean, a conservative, easy call, run the football, take care of it, create some space, pump the ball away, but no, let's throw it. And sometimes a defense's aggressiveness is used against them because when you've got people backed up, your natural inclination is to try and really force them back, and sometimes they get burned that way.
And they got burned there. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Throwing on first down is Locke. He's going to let this one go deep. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
They'll take over first and 10. At their own 48-yard line.
Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry, and he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Evan Ingram, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And the lead is up to 18 now.
The kick is good.
So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown.
24. Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Drew Lock once again leads the Broncos out. And that interception that ended their previous drive likely also ended any shot they had at victory.
Yeah, long road back from here, no doubt about that one. But let's face it, if you're going to go out there and compete, you want to try and end on a strong note, don't you?
Absolutely. It won't end in a victory like you said, but they can maybe take something positive out of this one.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Locke. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And his throw is incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Roughing the passer defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At the 29-yard line.
Lock now on 1st down. That's going to be caught by Judy. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Into the red zone, it's Locke. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Locke. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Gain of 5.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Another costly turnover there, 2nd of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But it's football.
Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
27-yard line.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. Now they work this well upfield across the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Browns 1st down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Open man is Samuel, complete. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
1st down, Cleveland.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, there's just about a minute left in this game, and they're still taking it into the end zone. And you know they could have taken a knee there, but they decided to play this one all the way out. And I think their philosophy is, we're going to give you everything we've got. If we just go ahead and take a knee now, we're actually showing you disrespect that way, like taking pity on you. They're not about to do that to their opponent.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Shotgun snap to Locke. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing again on second down. Locke. Now Locke. He lost the football to Taylor. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. That's now 3 turnovers in this second half. Very costly. And earlier in the half, Charles, when I asked you for your keys to the second half, you said, hey, maybe trite, but it's going to be turnovers. That's been the story.
It certainly has, but I didn't expect it to be this much of the story. I mean, when you're getting up to 3, you're really putting your team in jeopardy.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cleveland, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.